night. It's another episode of, readings and tarot and getting some cards out, doing some readings, stuff like this. Maybe the money trick. You never know. You never know what is going to happen on this channel, that's for sure. Maybe the money trick. And definitely the Tarot Tower. We cannot neglect the Tarot Tower. I mean, that's just how the channel rolls. That's how we roll here at the TarotOracle Live. Let me organize my tower number 2 over here, which you can't see. You cannot see the tower number 2 because it's on the other side. And there's not another camera spot. Denise, thank you again for your order. It takes apparently 72 hours for them to figure out payment or something. Anyway, it's going to take a couple of days and I'll get your order out. What's going on, Denise? Carrie, what's happening? Science of Soul Tarot with Jen. Hello, how are you? Lucky Lady, Nexus, Vanita, Jean, Bountiful. See, Turtle. Let's see, why did Libra ghost me? Brianna, welcome. What is going on? So we had the 4K video. Speaking of Brianna, of the, what is it called? The Fluffy Lenormand, which will be available digital version for all Patreon supporters at the $5 or above level. And that's coming out at the end of the month. I will put that up right at the end of the month. So, gonna wait and see. My father-in-law is making me a wood tarot tower. There you go. Well, that's gonna be awesome. Science to Soul Tarot, you need to post a picture of it on my Discord. Sunflower, hello. Okay, Crossing, hello. And I can't wait. You did a beautiful job. That work is amazing. Thank you so much. Kate's Crossing, how are you doing? I would be grateful to know if I should invest in this house improvement. Well, there's an interesting question. I've not done a home improvement, just like the old TV show. Was it the 90s? Was it the 90s? When did Home Improvement was out? Carrie, welcome. What is going on? All right. For Brianna, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Will my job become a permanent position for me? If not, should I take it? Okay, let's check that out. And then I want to check out that home improvement thing there. All right. Reading title. Lucky Lady, thank you for your donation. Let me know your question, please. I appreciate that. So, Brianna, job. A job reading. It was the 90s, was the home improvement. I remember that guy that was across the fence. You never saw his face. You just saw his, like the top of his head across the fence. And that's sort of like where we're headed. We use the Golden Tarot, by the way. And that's sort of where we're headed now with all of this virus scare, right? The home improvement thing. All this virus scare, that's pretty much the interaction you're going to have with your neighbors is going to be across a fence. I mean, home improvement predicted all of this. It predicted all of this. Vicky, what is going on? And Carrie, will my cousin ever apologize? Mr. Nelson, wow. That's a good memory there. All right, so let's look at check out the job situation. Want to know, is it a full-time or part-time job? So for a full-time job, we're looking for the Wheel of Fortune. Or we're looking for the 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, anything that would sort of give me a full-time job vibe here. And I see the 9 of Coins. 9 of Coins is pretty good. 9 of Coins is a good second place there. Is it maybe Wilson? Okay, there we go. Ollie and AM, Kitty Cat, welcome. How is it going, Kitty Cat? Yeah, his name was Wilson. Okay. CM, welcome. How's it going? X Xena, Annie Law. Hello, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with me on this quarantined Friday night. But the, let me turn on funding. Let me turn on my funding here. So I'm going to order this Sawyer's Path Tarot. I'm all excited about this. I think I will end up picking that up because that is attractive. Not the tiles, though. Wow, that is so expensive. Ola, what's going on? Personality and looks of my future husband. There you go. So the 9 of Coins looks good for a full-time job. I mean, that's just a great card as we're sort of approaching. And if you look at a lot of the books The 9 actually sort of means better situation than the 10. If you go through some of the numerology and things, the 9 is actually sort of the pinnacle of the section, and then the 10 goes down 1. So the 9 is actually very good. Kristen Davidson, hey, how is it going? So we're looking very good for the 9 of coins. The 9 of cups says you do have somebody over there that is on your side. So they are on your side. They're rooting for you. They are going to have your back. And we have a good, nice, pleasant interaction with this person. They're going to be great, and they're going to be very good for you, the 9 of cups. So the 9 of cups talks also about movement. We're moving across here from this pinnacle of enjoyment. Everything is going well. We're making some pretty good money. Dragon and Marby, welcome. How's it going? And Maria, hey, how are you? So we're moving from this great pentacle into the Knight that moves us into the Lord of Defeat. So what are we looking for this for? We're moving sort of into this. It's almost like that there is a gotcha sometime that does full-time. You mean permanent? Starts as a temp job. Want to see if it will result in an offer. Oh, okay. Well, that sort of means that I'm looking at you don't get an offer then, if that's how it goes. So if this is a part-time and you're waiting for a transition into an offer, and then the offer is a full-time, I think that you have a great sort of start. And then the Knight of Cups, you have somebody that's on your side. And I think that they do try to get you an offer. And something odd happens here. Basically, the Knight of Cups sort of moves into that offer. Somebody's on your side. They try to get you into that space. And then the Lord of Defeat says something odd happens here. Maybe not an offer. But I would say not an offer if this was the end, but it's not. The Knight of Wands points to a bit of a conflict, or sort of some choices that need to be made, or you're sort of trying to renegotiate something. It's almost like that the initial offer that you get is a bit lowballed. That could be a possibility here. And then you have to negotiate it out. Then you have to work it out with them. And then judgment means, and this is sort of the bright, everything happens, everything explodes. You have all sorts of positive things within judgment. Everything is a rebirth. I think you end up getting it. But could it be that you get lowballed on the offer, and then you have to negotiate it out? You have to sort of defend yourself in the Knight of Wands type feel. And then judgment says you end up negotiating something that can work for everybody. So I saw it, wouldn't get an offer. I got the Tower. It's hard for me to read for myself. But the Five of Swords, the Lord of Defeat, I would normally say, no, you don't get an offer. But the person that's on your side really sort of leans me towards, and again, this is an empathetic person, the Knight of Cups. It's also a movement. In other words, you're trying to push you forward and move you forward through this. And through the Lord of Defeat, you don't get the offer that you want, but I think you do negotiate it out. And the fact that it ends in judgment with that rebirth, I think that you end up either getting the offer or something happens and you get the offer later. But basically, I say, yes, you get the offer. But there's some drama in between you and the offer. It's not just a standard offer and they go, oh, hey, let's work for this. And you're like, that's a great price. I really like that. So, sort of that thing there. Anyway, Lucky Lady, thank you for your donation. And did you have a question? Let me know. Let's scroll around and try to find Lucky Lady's question. And I do not. Here we go. Can you tell me when new love will be showing up? And is anything exciting happening this weekend? All right. Do LL. New love showing up. And for a new love, we can go with, it's been a minute since we have done the art tarot, the beautiful art tarot. Everybody loves it. Revival art tarot. Anyway, so yeah, Brianna, I think you don't get the offer that you wanted. So I think it'll work. You think money will be in the drama. Yeah, be a drama about money. Or you don't get the offer and then somebody convinces them to give you an offer and then you get an offer later or something. But yeah, it's not a standard, nice little production. Here we go. Oh, hands are so small. Hands are so tiny. It's difficult to shuffle these cards, no doubt about it. All right, personality and looks of my future husband. Look forward to watching it, Paula. Okay, let's see. All right, taking a lot of your tarot courses. Oh, bountiful sea turtle. Thank you for taking my courses and checking all of that stuff out. Next week, we will have another court card lesson. So that is coming out. And until then, let's see, what have we got for all of this stuff? What do we have here? We got one more. One more. There we go. Nothing like pulling the death card. Is that one extra card. You need one extra card, you get death. Why does it happen every time? Consistently 3 of swords. Well, I got the 5 of swords. Does that count? Does that count? That's a little higher there. The 3, new love showing up. The 7 of swords and the chariot. I do believe the chariot is going to bring in some new love. I do believe that the chariot does sort of bring that in and sort of drag that in. Unfortunately, it's dragging it in after the 7 of swords. So the 7 of swords is sort of this congregation of people, but normally it's, you know, where you're grabbing the swords and you're stealing it and you're trying to sneak out and whatnot. But stick to Fluffy. What did I get a new nickname? Mr. Tiny Hands. Well, you know what they say about tiny hands. Okay, but the 7 of swords is normally where they're grabbing the swords and they're taking it out and sort of the theft or the stealing and all that. And the chariot brings in something, brings in a movement. So I do think that you do have a new love coming. Ace of Wands points to an adventure, more of an adventure type love. In other words, it's definitely not going to be boring. Could be a bit dramatic. It could be an interesting meetup to where you find someone and then all of a sudden you're just suddenly really interested in them, etc., etc. So, you know, there's sort of that combination of the chariot bringing in that activity, bringing in something that's going to be important and fun, right? But you do also have 3 majors in here as well. So I do think that you're looking at the 3 majors. I think that you're looking at this being, because we have a predominance of majors, something that's going to be, you know, substantial, something that's going to be pretty good, something that's going to be a medium term, at least, relationship, not going to be a short term, week and a half relationship. It's going to be something better. And the Ace of Wands sort of brings that in. The star says that you are really attracted to this person. You end up being interested in them almost immediately. They have a lot of interesting qualities that you like, that you sort of like to be around them. They have an interesting aspects to them. They're fun to be around and they have a lot going for them. So the star says you're initially attracted to them. It's almost just an automatic thing that's sort of bringing in. And death, they bring in a bit of change into your life too. So they're not exactly your standard normal everyday. And again, we sort of have that with the Ace of Wands and the 7 of Swords. So we're sort of bookended here with a 7 of Swords into death from the star. You're looking at that this is going to be not only a memorable, but an interesting relationship, but one, again, the star where you're drawn to it, and death, it's going to be something unusual. So unusual meaning it's going to break out of your comfort zone. You're not going to have a standard boring relationship. You're not going to have something like that. I think they're going to be interesting. They're going to have some sort of weird qualities to them, some of which really work your nerve and you wish that would go away. So not going to be sort of a freebie relationship where everything just goes perfectly. But you do have that sort of that combination. So you do have a new love coming soon and looking pretty good, there. So yeah, definitely a memorable relationship, one that you will not be bored in the least. You will not be bored in the least for that one, for sure. All right, so who had the Echo Oracle? What's our Oracle card today? I don't do that. So who had the question about the home improvement? Home improvement with Tim, mini steampunk unboxing, cousin never apologize, Nexus, home improvement or not? Let's find out with the Nexus. Home improvement or not? Ola, I see your messages. Please don't spam that frequently. I don't mind spam, just not like just pounding it over and over Okay, we'll do the good old fashioned, the one that everybody loves, the almost brand new, well, not really brand new, but close enough, the Muse Tarot. Here we go. Did I miss revival art? Yes, you did. COVID crap is over. Yeah, I wouldn't order any tarot right now. I'm just saying, Jen, I think you're right. I would not order any tarot right now. Added a photo to Instagram. Fits so perfectly. Cool. All right. Gracia, welcome. What is going on? I'm so glad you're going back to their question. Where's Shaker? Maybe out with a boyfriend there, Brianna. Maybe out with a boyfriend. You never know. I did say that he had some interesting news this weekend, didn't I? It was interesting news or something. Anyway, we need to find out what that is. So, let's see. There we go. All right. Hello from down under. Well, hello back from Texas. I guess Texas is down south. Not down under, but down south. There we go. Okay, Vicky, what's going on? The 5 of emotions. Home improvement or not. The world. The 10 of emotions. And the priestess. Well, that's an interesting one. I'm going to say the home improvement. The 10 of emotions, the 10 of cups is good. It's a great card. It's not as good, in my opinion, as attractive as, let's say, the 10 of Pentacles. Not as good as the 10 of Pentacles as far as houses are concerned. I would have liked to see the 4 of Wands, especially with this. So the 4 of Wands, Shaker, what's going on? The 4 of Wands would have been better because the 4 of Wands does point to the structural integrity or building up or starting up or things going on with the house. I really don't see that. I see the world, that you do have some possibilities on there. I don't see anything negative other than the 5 of emotions. I think that you get a bit too far in. To where things aren't going as well as you hope. And that's to begin with. So it's like that you sort of launch it, and then the home improvement doesn't go as well as you'd hope. Maybe you have some delays. Maybe we have some things happening. Maybe we have some people, COVID comes back, or something like this, right? Something like this. If Gona needs to deal with anything, he'll be back, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, so the 5 of Cups does say that they'd be challenging at first. Jumana, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate it. The world, the 10 of emotions, the priestess, I think it'll go well. I just don't think it'll go well as you had hoped. And I think that it requires more planning than you had originally thought out. So you definitely want to, again, not only do a lot of research for the proper company to get started or the proper people to help you if you need assistance with that, but especially if you're doing it yourself, planning is going to be key here. It's going to be vital here. The 5 of emotions says don't jump into this just randomly. Especially if you're doing it yourself, make sure that you have it planned out. Make sure exactly you know what you need to do. You have the availability of the products. If you're having somebody else do it, make sure they have the availability of the products. So it's all about getting it planned out, and then the rest of it seems to be going smoothly, basically. So there you go. Hello from Uruguay. What is going on, Uruguay? Blah, blah, blah. Ola. Okay, what else we got? No decks. Crossing picked up mail is in Lorna. Tarot Mucha, early, so beautiful. You're right, like they feel. Okay, cool. Why does my daughter reject me? Private readings. Okay. Thank you for subscribing. All right, we're scrolling around and seeing who has questions. Was the one that was spamming? Personality and looks of my future husband. No. Hey, getting on with your decks. Hello from down under. Things with you, Jen. Let's see. Did I miss revival art? Yes, you did. Will my cousin ever apologize? There we go. We'll do Carrie. Check that out. Will my cousin ever apologize? Let's try that out. Let's try that out. Oh, we need to do Bethany. Oh, sorry about that, Bethany. We'll do yours in just a second. Thank you, Bethany. I appreciate it. Should you go back to school for a counseling degree? We'll get yours in just a second. In the meantime, I do want to try this one. We have not done this one in a while. By the way, what is this one? This is the Dreaming Way Tarot. I think this was my first purchase. I think it was my first purchase after obviously the original Rider-Waite. Ended up doing the Dreaming Way Tarot. So let's check that out and find out about, will my cousin ever apologize? Do we have some personality conflicts here? Did you do something to make him mad? Is that what happened? Let us know. Let us know. Sounds like let it snow. Don't let it snow. It's time for warm weather, even though it's raining here and it's still cold for whatever odd reason in Texas, no less. So, will they apologize? Definitely not anytime soon. Definitely not anytime soon. It seems that they need to work stuff out. They're also sort of, Jumana, please post your question in chat. We'll get to you. We have some difficulty right now. It looks like if you're waiting for an apology, if you're expecting an apology, you know, it's not really going to be anytime soon. They still have the grudge. They still have that odd feeling, and things are going not quite the way that they had originally hoped. They are also talking to somebody else about it, and the situation has sort of grown into something a bit more thick than what you originally started with. So a bit more complexity has entered. There's other people that have opinions about what happened, and they could be sort of getting back and forth, pinging about, you know, the apology not happening. You don't need to apologize. They need to apologize, or something like that. So you definitely have more of a weird situation building, or a little bit of a buildup from the initial incident that sort of happened. I think over time that they will forgive and forget. They will sort of move on. Will they actually apologize? I really don't think so. I think it's going to be difficult for them to do. Again, they think that they have the high ground here. They believe that what was done was justified. They're not really. And again, you have somebody that's sort of reinforcing that. So if you're waiting for an apology, it's going to be a long time, or maybe never, right? Because you do have the Temperance, I think, says that eventually they will forgive and forget, and they will move on emotionally, you know, and things like that. But again, if you're just waiting for them just to call and immediately apologize and say, I'm sorry, things didn't go well, I mean, it doesn't look like that. And one of the big reasons for that is going to be the other person that's involved, that sort of, you know, reinforcing their opinions, and, you know, you shouldn't apologize. What's going on with that? Speaking of what's going on, Nitin, how is it going? All right, and now we do Bethany. Thank you so much for your donation, Bethany. Check that out. BK, Burger King. Should I go back to school like the Rodney Dangerfield movie? Should I go back to school like the Rodney Dangerfield movie? Let's figure this out with a good back to school deck would be the Playful Heart Tarot, because I just love this tarot in general. It puts me in a good mood every time. You know, you can't really be in a bad mood when you have the Playful Heart Tarot around. I'm just saying now. To know about my spiritual journey. Howdy, Tash. What is going on? Got the Playful Heart Tarot tonight. Checking it out. And I did check out the tarot that you were talking about last night. The one with the tiles for $300 something. And I like the tarot that's not $300. The Jamie Sawyer tarot. I like the tarot. Those tiles are outrageously expensive. I can't believe that she sold 11 sets of those tiles. That's nuts. That is nuts. So she made $3,500 from those tiles. That's so crazy. But they sure look good. They sure look good. Triana, welcome. What is going on? Everybody new, thank you for joining. Please hit that like and subscribe. I have 700 videos to choose from. I've got lessons on how to read tarot. I've got lessons on how to build this tarot tower over here. If you would like a tarot tower of your own, you can make it for only $20. I got a video that shows you how. So let's sort of look at this. Back to school for a counseling degree. The Queen of Pentacles says that you already have the resources that you need. You already have the resources that you need for that. And that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing that you already have the resources that you need. In other words, well, you're not a counselor yet, I'm assuming, but I mean, you already have the resources that you need to make money and to be successful at whatever you need to do. So the Queen of Pentacles is a very good one for having what you need, getting those resources and having those available to you in order to get that done, right? So the Five of Cups says that it is going to take a toll on you based upon what you currently do, based upon, going back to school, the environment in the school, the cost of things like that. So the Five of Cups says it does have a toll and it does have a bit of a cost associated with it as far as, I want to do it, but my time is involved and the money that's involved and the travel back and forth to the school and getting online and getting the assignments done, turning them in based upon all of the other stuff that you have in a combination with what you're doing now. So if you're looking for, something that's going to be super easy, it's not going to be too hard, it's going to blend in with what you're doing, the Five of Cups says you could be a bit of a challenge in order to get that done. The Ace of Swords says, though, that the Ace into the 8 says that overall the journey is a longer one than what you expect, and you're also looking for more resources than you expect as well. So if you're looking for something quick and easy, something where we can just sort of jump in and get that done, the Ace of Swords into the 8 of Swords says that's not going to be that easy and not going to be that simple. So overall, I mean, if you're willing to get quite a bit of a challenge, then sure, I mean, you can do that. But again, is the effort or is the result worth all of the effort as you're sort of going into that? That's going to be sort of your forte or how you want to do it. We do have a couple of challenges, not only an emotional, but just sort of a toll that it takes on your life. But yeah, I mean, you can do it. It's definitely something that you can sort of pursue if you're willing to go that not only that extra mile, but that extra 8 miles type thing. So it looks like a lot of work, basically. So if that's up to you, if you want to do it or not, but that would be quite a uphill battle in order to get all of that done and get it done smoothly and whatnot. All right. So is the list still open? Well, good news, there is no list. Donations take priority, then I pick at random, and donations are done. Now picking at random. So AZ, throw your question on out there. Throw your question on out there. School's never easy indeed. Let's see. What are we doing? What do I see? Sneezing. No snipping. I have no idea what's going on in chat. I like the tower. It's amazing. Spiritual journey. Thoth book. Couple of different things. Spiritual things. Here's a tarot for printing. Yeah, the tarot for printing. Well, my friend Roy, find love this year. There we go. We'll check that out. Can I get a love spread? Can you tell me if committed relationship this year? My friend Roy. Let's do a committed relationship this year. There you go. Will you get a committed relationship this year? Wow, it's so slow. It is so slow. So we're on to decks. A good committed relationship would be the slow tarot. I do like the slow tarot. It is interesting. Here's the box. As you can tell, I sort of already knew what I was going to do. I grabbed the box beforehand. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I grabbed the box beforehand. X Xena, can it be on a list? There is no list. Donation take priority, then I pick at random. I like picking at random because I can get the good questions. Let's see. Will Marcel and I reconcile a committed relationship? We were a same-sex couple who were in a long-distance relationship. She's dating someone new now. 2 weeks after we broke up. I didn't waste any time at all on that one. A blog and changing direction from a revamped blog and be successful. There you go. That's a good question. That is a good mix. I like a good mix. I don't like to do 500 love readings in a row, and then 500 job readings in a row, etc. A good mix always puts you in a good mood. That's what it's all about. So a committed relationship this year, the Tower. I think you're in for, well, the Lovers are in. I think it's yes, you're in a committed relationship this year. I do think that you have some changes happening before that. It's almost like that you have a failed relationship or you're just getting out of a relationship. So the things that you don't like, in relationships, you're about to run into those again. I think that you run into someone that does look like a good possibility and they end up just wasting your time. So you have an interesting reading here for this. So the Tower sort of indicates moving into the Nine of Swords that you have sort of the person that really works your nerves, or the person that really sort of gets under your skin, sort of coming in as sort of a potential relationship partner. And you realize fairly quickly that this isn't going to work out like I wanted. I think it's a fire sign person. And they're a bit of a mix of things that you really don't like. And you don't see that at first, and you jump in and you have sort of a Tower moment into a Nine of Swords where I regret getting into it. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. What's wrong, etc., etc. So it's more of a bad relationship that you're in for first. And then once you get out of that, you sort of take a bit of a rest, right? You take a rest from it, take a quick break from it. And then the Knight of Wands into the Lover says you meet somebody that's more your style. I think this is more of an air sign where you're coming in and it's more of a relaxed person. It's more of a sensual person, somebody that you can really sort of get to know and relax with and hang out with. And they're not just overly serious. They're pretty relaxed, and I think that you end up in a good relationship with that. So the committed relationship looks like later in the year, almost the start of next year kind of thing. But as far as this year, you do end up with someone that you really dislike, someone that didn't go quite well. The relationship didn't go the way that you had hoped, and that's what you're kind of dealing with for this year. But at the end of the year, sort of the beginning of next year, I think we get into a better space for your relationships, and I think that's going to be a lot better for you. There you go. All right. So Brianna's got a whole speech made. Jesse, let me know what your question is. Okay, we had a good question, something about here. Let's see. Feelings about me, something feelings. Okay, Denise wanted to know about blog. Will my revamped blog be successful? DL? Revamped blog be successful or not? Let's see the tips and tricks. Going to get us through this blog thing here. And we can do that with a revamped blog deck would be the Shadowland Tarot, one of my absolute favorites. Shadowland. If you don't have this, you absolutely need to get it. Will I be seeing Stephen soon? It's a good question. I want to ask about someone's feelings about me. Does he know about my feelings? Did you tell him? About your feelings? My DM, I have no idea what DM. My DM ghosted me months ago, and we still don't have a communication. And this Sunday is his birthday. Should I send him a happy birthday on his Facebook page? CM, there are no donations. I'm doing totally random now. We are out of the donation realm and into the free realm, because everybody does like that free realm. Will I find true love someday? Yes. Eve's channel. Let's see. Okay. Denise wants to know about a revamped blog. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Or is it going to be in between? And whoa, we have the Ten of Swords in there. I think actually you end up running into some technical problems with it. So the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords, we have a couple of bad cards in here. Then we have the Fool into the Page. So revamping it, I think that you lose a lot of the people that are currently reading it, or that are sort of your potential customer base or your potential reader base, right? The potential reader base, the Lord of Defeat says they sort of drop off the map. Eve's channel, welcome. How is it going? So you want to sort of watch out that you keep the same sort of feel you keep the same sort of feel to the blog and you don't radically change it. In other words, let's say that I change my tarot reading nightly stream to just complete magic tricks and nothing else, right? So probably like 90% of the people would leave immediately. 90% of people would leave. So you want to make sure that it's not radically different, it's slightly different, or it's a little bit improved instead of just getting something and turning a complete 180 and going the different direction, right? So the Five Swords says, watch out for that. The Seeker says you should go for it. You should go for it with obviously being careful. You should go for it with a bit of trepidation. Make sure that we don't just completely lose all of our existing people. The Page of Pentacles also says sort of watch out for how this is structured, or watch out that, and have somebody else look over it and make sure that it looks good to them. Make sure that it's pleasing still. In other words, if you revamp the style, make sure it's not, just terrible looking. Get a couple other people, get their opinions on it. Don't just go way out on a limb and do the Seeker thing to where we're just sort of dropping off the cliff and hoping for the best. But the Ten of Swords says, ultimately, I think you end up going a sort of back to your old style. You sort of go back to your old style a little bit, just a little bit. I think that you end up liking something that you're currently doing. So don't abandon everything. Make sure that you keep all the pieces and parts that you like and that you enjoy and people love as well. And I think you're going to be okay. So yeah, the Fool right there. The Fool right there says, go ahead and go for it. Just have a bit of trepidation there. Have a bit of a warning to not just go completely off that cliff. Well, Eve's Channel, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see, Eve's Channel. Let's see what we're doing here. Converting a deck. Eve's Channel, did you have a question? Let me know if you had a question or not. We have Nats. We have Nats in here. What is going on? May I ask you, do you have any skill that I should pay attention to and develop? I'm not sure how tarot cards would answer that question. Me neither. Let's see. Something about T.O. made me do it. Thoth was, Thoth is pretty addicting. Thoth is pretty addicting. You just never know. You just never know. Well, I'll be seeing Stephen again. I wanted to answer that. Thank you, XZena, for your question. Let's go XZ. Whoa, XZ. Well, I'll be seeing X soon. Let's find out. A good Stephen tarot deck would be, of course, the Thoth, because apparently that's hot in chat right now. The Thoth tarot. You can't go wrong with it. You just can't. I guess if you got a paper cut from it, then maybe it would be terrible. Maybe. I don't know. If Thoth gave me a paper cut, I would assume that it's destiny or something. I'm just saying I would assume it's destiny or something. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Oh, where did I put that? If that's here, I'll do that. Is it here or is it not here? Where is it? I have no idea where it is. Okay. Back to the regularly scheduled programming. What did I do with that? So I had a deck of cards in here, and let's see. I don't know where it is. We're going to give up on that. We're going to give up on that one, and we're going to go back to the regularly scheduled programming and try out. Will you be seeing Stephen soon? Yes. Look at this. Look, the Knight. So for the Thoth, in Thoth speak, this is actually better than the Chariot. Obviously, just my opinion. This is actually better than the Chariot. I'm just saying. A very quick, rapid, fast-moving, and positive card, okay? Very quick, fast-moving, rapid, and positive card. When you'll be seeing Stephen soon. So, yeah, soon, it definitely qualifies. I think Stephen has a bit of a directional change. I think Stephen has some ideas. Stephen has some optimization. Stephen has some things that they sort of want to do maybe a bit different. So sort of a bit of a directional change as far as that goes. Maybe they have some interesting stuff sort of going on. Maybe they want some different goals, but I think they have a bit of a direction change. Not a complete 180, but I think a bit of a direction change or a bit of a surprise sort of type thing. As far as blending, as far as going forth, as far as sort of looking out to that, I think that the connection with Stephen may be a bit challenged in a little bit of way, not like terrible, but a bit challenged. And the challenge, again, sort of points to maybe a bit of a different direction. But we do have a bit of a challenge. I mean, we're coming at both of these cards being upside down, being reversed, sort of puts them just in this negative light of maybe there's some stuff going on. Maybe there's a bit of imbalance that's sort of hitting, and it could be that something is coming up. So something may be coming up soon. You know, not too bad, of course, but something may be coming up soon. We do have a couple of majors that are sort of reversed that are making really think that there's an imbalance situation, or there's some ideas coming around. They're going to be a bit different than the old ideas. So you could be looking again at a bit of a change in direction, but that night really does point to seeing them soon indeed. Seeing them very soon indeed. That's looking fantastic. Looking great. All right. Will I find true love someday? Because I've really been struggling with love. Well, okay. Let's try to see some of the blockages. Diana, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Diana, let me know if you have a question. And in the meantime, let's see. We will go. EK's crossing. What's going on? In the meantime, we'll go with Jesse. Jesse, will I try and find true love someday? So, Jesse, you running into the bad guys? Really been struggling with love. Let's find out what the struggle is. The struggle is real. All right, let's find out. What's a good struggle card? I'm thinking the Light Seer's Tarot. The Light Seer's Tarot. You just can't go wrong with the Light Seer's Tarot. All right. Message retracted. Thank you so much. You're quite welcome. So let's figure this out. About the true love. Just like the Paula Abdul song. Was that Paula Abdul, wasn't it? Kinda. You're running into the bad people. You got the bad influences, running into the bad people. Let's find out what's going on. The Ten of Wands. I think it's going to improve. The Sun says it's going to improve. The Ten of Wands, you're taking it too seriously. It's more of a burden. It's like that love has become a bit of a burden in some aspects. It's become a bit of a burden just because of how things go or how things head out. And as you're looking at this, as you're trying for this, it just becomes a bit of a pain. And a lot of times you feel like that you're doing something wrong, or you're picking the wrong people, or what is going on with that. So the Ten of Wands is a bit of a burden. It's a bit of a walk. It's a long walk as well. A lot of times you're going into these relationships thinking that I'm just having issues. I don't know, what the solution is. The solution doesn't seem to be obvious. And you got a bit of a problem there with that Ten of Wands. The Queen of Wands says that you're taking it too seriously. It should be more of a relaxed, fun interaction. And the Queen of Wands says just go forth with it and relax and be more very straightforward with what you want and what you need. So get that out of the way in the communication to begin with, right? So if you're looking for a committed relationship, if you're looking for this type of relationship, or you're looking for something to where the person does this or that, sort of put that up front. Obviously, don't overload them with stuff, right? Don't overload them with stuff. Don't be like, okay, well, I need these 108 things in order to be happy. And unless you can do all 108 things, we're going to have a problem. Obviously that's a bit of a stretch of an approach there. But the Queen of Wands says, don't take it too seriously. Go in more relaxed. And the King of Cups, communicate your needs and communicate sort of, just hint, I'm looking for this, right? So first date, hey, it's awesome to meet you. It's fun. This is cool. I'm looking for the long-term relationship, like, what are you looking for? And sort of bounce off of them and find out their goals and your goals and see if they match. So the King of Cups, make sure you get your needs out there to begin with. Just a couple of things, right? I'm looking for this. So if they're looking for something short term, looking for something quick, now they know that you're kind of on the wrong page of things. But the sun said things will improve. You're going to be meeting some people that are going to be better and be more capable of doing that. Once you sort of communicate to the world and to the universe and to them, your needs, what you expect, how you're sort of heading into, what your goal is here, I think it'll be more clear to the universe as to where you're going, what you need, and how you need to get it. And I think things will be looking up. Anyway, Brianna Streamhog, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, Brianna. Okay, thank you for your donation. Brianna and Adriana, thank you so much. All right, we'll do Diana right now. Diana wants to send a happy birthday message to somebody that ghosted them. Uh-oh. Well, this could explode. Happy birthday to ghosting. Happy birthday to ghosting. Happy birthday, you ghost me. Happy birthday. Why'd you do that? This might hurt tarot. You have to do it. That is so cliche. It is. It's so cliche, but we're going to have to do it right now. This might hurt tarot. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. We'll check it out and hope for the best. We'll hope for the best. Diana, we're getting yours right now. Happy birthday to ghosting. This could go really bad. This could go really poorly. That's why we have the This Might Hurt Tarot. Oh, the Golden Dawn Tarot. That's the worst tarot I've ever seen in my life. It's the worst tarot I've ever seen. I really dislike the Golden Dawn Tarot. I like watching the Golden Dawn YouTube channel, even though I'm the only one that's ever watching it. But there is that. There is that. When you go to a YouTube channel and you're the only one watching, you kind of wonder if you should be there in the first place. Okay, happy birthday to ghosting. The Devil, the Sun, the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords may not be the best idea. May not be the best idea. The Six of Pentacles, it's going to feel like that you're just being sarcastic. It's going to have that feel like, they're down. Let's kick them right in the nuts while they're down. They're on the ground anyway. Let's get a good boot right up in there and do that. So the Six of Pentacles, it's going to sort of look like that you're just sort of being sarcastic and sort of rubbing it in their face. It's just going to have that appearance. We're going into the Seven of Swords, like you're trying to accomplish something, like you're trying to get things back. You're trying to do that. Seems like just a poor time overall. Seems like just a poor time to do that. We have a couple of negative cards right here as the initial reaction, right? The Six of Pentacles takes a bit sarcastically. The Seven of Swords, like you're trying to do something, you have something in mind, you're trying to be sneaky. Even if you're not, it doesn't matter. Even if you're not, it doesn't really matter. The Seven of Swords is how it's perceived because the Devil comes in here and it has all sorts of negative connotations. Corellia, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. The Devil ends up all of these sort of negative things that are hovering around it just because they know that you ghosted you. And now they're sort of wondering, should I block them now? What should I be doing now? Not really that sure. And the Sun says that it's going to get better. You're going to move on to something else. You're going to move on to something else. So it may not be the best Facebook post to do right now. Maybe later. But for right now, it's just going to come across negative. So I would just watch out and be prepared for that. See, the This Might Hurt Tarot really shines here. Really shine there. I'm just saying that This Might Hurt Tarot really sort of show that it is a Marvel's Avenger. It is a Marvel's Avenger. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got Andrew next, and Adriana wants to know about Andrew. Did I just whistle like I'm like 90 years old when I said my S's? I did. I did. I'm officially 90 years old. I whistle while I talk. New connection with A. Let's figure that out. Here we go. All right, what would be a good one for a new connection? I would like to use the Shadowscapes. I don't have any box for this, but it's the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Poulain. Stephanie Poulain. Such a great one. This was an early purchase as well. So, do plants of sun size interest me? Tash, Corellia. What are my love blockages? My love blockages. You don't have any. I love you. And that's, you know, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. Okay, so what are we looking at? New connection with A. The Eight of Pentacles. Two of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Looking pretty sturdy. That's looking pretty sturdy. I wouldn't throw this one in the garbage. The Eight of Pentacles says it has a lot of potential. It has potential for stability. I think that you sort of see that as a possible stable thing, something, you know, that you can sort of rely on, somebody that will be there, somebody's not going to ditch you, etc., etc. The Eight of Pentacles has that good feel, and the spider webs as well means it's sort of that intricate connection or that intricate thing that you have a combination with. The Knight of Wands says they're ready to go forward. The Knight of Wands is a very fiery, it's a double fire type thing. Very dry, hot, the Knight of Wands sort of moving. And the Knights are moving cards as well. So it's something that you feel that has potential and can move forward. And I think that both of you are going to end up moving forward for that. It's looking pretty good. The Two of Swords, you may not know exactly what you're sort of getting into. You may not know exactly what you're getting into. And the Taurus, see, you have that automatic stability as well. So I think that things are looking pretty good overall. The Knight of Pentacles at the end, again, points to that once you have something going, it's going to be something that you can relax into, that you can look back and you can really enjoy and things like that. So I think we have quite a bit of positivity, quite a bit of good things sort of coming in for this. By the way, these are the last readings. I do have to do some work tonight. So the Knight of Pentacles, if you look at Thoth, for example, the Knight of Pentacles points at, I've planted all the seeds. I have this nice array of beautiful reeds and plants, and I'm sort of enjoying those and looking out with pride on that. And the Knight of Pentacles sort of points to that feel and that successful relationship feel. So overall, this looks great. We do have a couple of surprises in between, but I don't think it's anything major, anything dramatic. I do think they have a couple of things that you haven't quite discovered yet. What am I currently blind to? Maybe that dude that sneaks in your room at night when you're asleep and sniffs your hair like Joe Biden. Maybe like Joe Biden. You never know. All right, Beyond wants to know. Currently blind to. What am I currently blind to? Let's figure it out. All right. Never said anything. Always been very attractive, never said anything. There you go. I think you should say something. Just dive on in there. And speaking of diving in there, I think we're going to do the wheel tonight because the Golden Wheel is a fantastic tarot. All right. Let's see. What are we going there? Looking for motivation. I sent a link instead of a super chat. Sorry, I have no idea what that is. Oh, I sent to the link instead of super chat. Okay. Sandra, looking for motivation. There we go. I do have a hard stop in 11 minutes. I think we can blow these out in 11 minutes. I think we're good. This is definitely going to be the last because I do have to do a bit of work tonight. It is working night. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. The three... Currently blind to the 3-3 Ace 3. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so 3. 3 is your number for tonight. And you did see a nice shuffle and a completely random draw. 3 is your number tonight, Brianna, definitely. So what's interrupting the 3s? We have almost a perfect set of 3s. Could have been a poker hand from heaven. We have the Ace of Wheels. The Ace of Wheels. I think that you're looking for stability in the wrong place. You're looking for stability in the wrong places. The Ace of Wheels, we're trying to get that started. We're trying to get some new thing going. And it seems like we're constantly trying to get some new thing going. And it's difficult sometimes because these things aren't working out. You have too many new things going that you try and get going. How long have you been collecting tarot decks? I don't know. Long enough to have this and another one over there. So you're too spread out. You're too spread out. You're too diffused. You're a bit too diffused. The Ace of Wheels is interrupting that perfect set of 3s. Tells you you're too diffused, too mixed in there. What do we have? The 3s. Obviously, the 3s are births, or the 3s are new beginnings. The 3s are excited things that are happening. And what 3 is missing? The 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles. So don't be spread out as much. Don't be as diffused when we're going and trying for things, when we're trying to get these done. The Ace of Wheels instead of the 3 of Wheels says you don't have that birth. You don't have that newness. You don't have that thing. You're at a start. You're at a beginning. And you're not, what are you blind to? What do you need to be aware of? You need to be aware of that you're too spread out, too diffused. The 3 of Wands, obviously looking at trying to get that domain, well, not literally domain, but you're trying to get that looking out into the distance and trying to make longer plans when you should be making shorter plans. The 3 of Swords says that you take things a bit too literally sometimes. What are you blind to? The 3 of Swords. Don't take everything as literally. The 3 of Swords, by the way, coming out for your job. There you go. You wanted the 3 of Swords, Brianna. Now you got it. Now you have it. Now you have it. There's your 3 of Swords. The 3 of Cups says that you do need input. You do need others' feedback as you move into this space. So get other people's feedback before you start on anything big. Narrow your focus to the main things that you want. So if we want a job, narrow focus to that and focus on that quite a bit until that's knocked out. If you want to do the children's book, narrow your focus to that and try to get that knocked out. Again, a bit on the diffused method there. Anyway, what are my love blockages? Let's check it out. Love blockages. So we got about 10 more minutes. I think we can knock this one and the other one out. We'll use the Anna K Tarot because everybody loves the Anna K Tarot. All right. I start so many things because I want to learn, but I cannot spend my time entirely on one thing. Yep. Make shorter-term plans. There you go. There you go. Hopefully that's good advice. And be sure to get the Wise Cam to make sure that dude is not sniffing your hair like Joe Biden at night. Make sure they're not sniffing your hair at night. That would be kind of weird. That would be kind of weird. I know you've known him for 15 years, but if he's coming in the room when you're asleep, something's up. Something's up. All right. That's your new favorite question, huh? Okay. Because it contains valuable information. Well, there you go. I'm glad that I could have some valuable information for once in my life. I could have something interesting. So, love blockages. You got a problem communicating. You got a problem communicating a bit there, right? The King, we have I think that you communicate for a purpose. You communicate for a purpose. You have a purpose in mind. You have something in mind that you're sort of trying to get to. You're trying to get a goal with communication instead of just casual communication or trying to just get some communication going. Sometimes just be good at talking about nothing. Sometimes people talk about nothing. It doesn't always have to be a specific goal in mind when we start communicating. You always don't have to be a specific pathway. I'm communicating because of this. I need to get this point across, things like that. So it's just relax a bit with that communication. Don't try to be so much leadership, and don't try to be into an end goal. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Date somebody you never should date. Not literally, but I mean, date somebody that's a bit out of your comfort zone. Go places to find people that's a bit out of your comfort zone. If a friend says, hey, I've got somebody that'd be great for you, hey, try it out, right? Try it out. Get nervous. Go to a, what is it? The fast singles night. You know, you go to there and it's like a quick singles to where you meet all the people in the room. You just go, you got 5 minutes with each. What is that? Speed dating. There you go. Speed dating. Brianna, thank you for hanging out. So do some speed. Just get out of your comfort zone. Do something that's outside of your comfort zone. Find somebody that you normally wouldn't find. Talk to somebody you normally wouldn't talk to and see how that goes. Another blockage is you're hoping for the long term too quickly. Figure out the short term first. Figure out the short term and relax into the short term. The 10 says you don't need to have this long-term goal. You don't need to have this long-term. I'm looking for somebody that's long-term. Just sort of gauge it as it goes, but don't walk in with a huge goal and a definite thing trying to get there. The Page of Cups, make sure that when you're interested in someone, you're really interested in them, open yourself up emotionally, and don't hold, don't sort of reserve too much. Open yourself emotionally and allow yourself to be a bit vulnerable emotionally. If you really like this person, you've checked them out, you don't have any red flags, why not just sort of be more vulnerable emotionally and tell them some fun things and be fun with them and things like that. So that could go well for you. All right, so sent a link instead of the super chat. Sandra says, looking for motivation. Looking for motivation. This will be the last reading. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. So, Sandra, I'm not sure. Are we looking for motivation for what? Let me know what your question is. Looking for motivation. I'm not sure what that question means. Let me know, Sandra. I may have to do it tomorrow morning. If I don't do it tonight, I will do it tomorrow morning. I'll be back in 11 hours. And I will do your question then. But let me know what your question is. Mom Bear, what's going on? Robin Freeman, hey, how are you? Spiritually. Okay, looking for motivation spiritually. Well, let's check that out. For a spiritual motivation, I think we could get, I want to do the Thoth again just for fun, but we can do the Thoth. We can do this one. We'll try this one here, which, by the way, is the Rosetta Tarot. So that's sort of the Thoth. There you go. That's sort of the Thoth. I love my Oracle deck you've made. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the compliments. I appreciate it. All right, so we want to find out, spiritually motivated, what is the holdup? What are the issues? See if we can move past that, apparently. Let's check that out. The Thoth always gives a good reading, unless it's for Brianna's relationships. And the Thoth always gives a bad reading. Okay, so spiritually, the Queen of Cups, the Priestess. I think that you need to find someone to guide you. I believe that you need to find someone to guide you. I think that you can get on YouTube, you can get on the net, you can get on some web pages and find someone that really motivates you, someone that's sort of guiding you in the direction that you want to go. Obviously, not somebody that's going to be completely different than what you want. Find somebody that you resonate spiritually with and get them to guide you. That could be going on the online churches, that could be going on some of the YouTube videos to where they have the motivational things, but you need a guide at this point, right? The Priestess sort of points to that having someone else guide you through this is going to be a big plus. And again, there's so many things you can go to online. I mean, right now that all the churches are online, you can go to a church in the middle of nowhere if you want. Find a church that you really enjoy and go to their online service and check them out and have fun and get with that. But it's about finding other people with mutual interests. And again, when you do the online church, They'll have other people in chat. You can talk to them. You can meet new people. You can find people that are fun, and you connect with them, right? Add them on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and talk to these people and things like that. But the guidance, the reaching out, now that you can go anywhere in the world and go to church because of the corona, it's sort of a positive thing that comes out of this, but that's true. You can go anywhere, any state, any country. You can go to their services at this point. The Queen of Cups says that it's all about getting someone that resonates with you emotionally. A lot of problems, I think, that you're having as far as the reading is concerned is the Queen of Cups says that you're not really getting emotionally attached to it. You're going in and doing it very sort of seriously. You're doing it very sort of, step by step. This is what I do. Okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to do this. You need someone that you connect to emotionally that really pulls you in, it draws you in, and you're like, whoa, that is indeed awesome. That is something I really, really can get excited with. And again, the emotional connection, and again, maybe online churches, maybe some videos, emotional connection is going to be a big part of that. The Knight of Cups sort of goes along with that Queen of Cups. It's just find that combination of things that you really want to do. In other words, figure out where you're guided to, right? Oppression, don't let negative thoughts get in the way. Don't try to have any goals. Don't try to have any goals, especially with spiritually. You don't try to have any, not goals. Don't try to have any firm goals that you're stressed out about. Does it make sense? So in spiritually, I'm on a journey. I have these goals of things I want to do, but if I'm not making my goal, if I'm not making any progress, I don't want to be upset with myself. I don't want to get into an oppression, the 10 of Wands. I want to let myself relax and just follow the path, because spiritual enlightenment and moving forward spiritually is not about trying to start a business. You don't have, long-term, short-term goals or things like that. You have a pathway that you're following. And as long as you're following the pathway, as long as you're feeling that, as long as you're getting excited about that, then that's going to be something that you can really sort of enjoy, and keep the negative thoughts out of it. Keep any thoughts out of it that are going to be negative, like, I haven't transformed spiritually. I haven't turned into a body of light, or, whatever. Don't have realistic expectations and walk in with that. But yeah, those online churches, man, they're everywhere now. You can go anywhere in the world now and be at a service and find one that really resonates with you. The people really resonate with you, and you're going to be very excited about it. Anyway, so I appreciate everyone joining, and this is going to be in the next 11 hours. I'll be back. I will see you then. Thank you for hanging out with me.